Muhammad.
Amma ba'd. I just want to share with you one hadith which I came across this evening. This hadith has been, mashallah, first of all I'd like to say, yesterday if you remember we talked about a makeover, the physical makeover. The image before the makeover and the image after the makeover. And we compared this to the azadari of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. That the person we are today on the 9th of Rabiul Awwal shouldn't be the same person we were the night we observed the present of Muharram. And so we need to bring ourselves to an internal revolution. And the best way to do this is to make the announcement of the victory of Ali Muhammad. We make the announcement of the victory of Ali Muhammad when we stand shoulder to shoulder in Jama'at. We make the announcement when we make dua, we all say Ameen together. So this is a great that on this blessed occasion, which marks the beginning of the imamat of our 12th Imam, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad.
That we have given priority to our deen. We have given priority to the house of the Imam. Because we wake up, we go to work, we work 8-9 hours, we come home, we might have something to eat, watch TV. We are almost programmed to watch TV, to watch programs, or go to the gym and work out for an hour. And by the time we return home, the day is over. And then we go to sleep again, and then the whole cycle starts again. So if we can schedule in our life a time to worship, to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah this will keep us on the Ziarat Warisa. I just want to share with you one hadith, and then we'll go to the program for the dua and the amal of Imam Zamana, inshallah. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم سيأتي زمان على أمتي يحبون خمسا وينسون خمسا. The Messenger of Allah says that there will come a time for my ummah when the love of 5 things, the love of, and it's very important that he mentions 5 things. Who do we believe in? The 5 holy personalities that gathered under the Kisar. And the Prophet is saying that there will come a time when my ummah, ummati, yuhibbuna khamsan wa yansuna khamsan. They will love 5 things and they will forget 5 things. What are those 5 things? يُحِبُّونَ الدُّنْيَا وَيَنْسُونَ الْآخِرَةِ. I don't think I need to even translate. وَيُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ وَيَنْسُونَ الْحِسَابَ وَيُحِبُّونَ النِّسَاءَ وَيَنْسُونَ الْحُورَ وَيُحِبُّونَ الْقُصُورَ وَيَنْسُونَ الْقَبُورَ وَيُحِبُّونَ النَّفْسَ وَيَنْسُونَ الرَّبَّ أُولَئِكَ بَرِيئُونَ مِنِّي وَأَنَا بَرِيءٌ مِّنْهُمْ. This is very strong words from the Prophet of Islam, translates hadith to all of us. The Holy Prophet says there will come a time for my ummah when they will love 5 things while they neglect 5 others. They will love the dunya and they will neglect the akhirah. They love the dunya. We want to reach the highest position in our careers at the expense of the akhirah, at the expense of praying and the zikr of Allah. The next thing he says, وَيُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ وَيَنْسُونَ الْحِسَابَ. We love wealth, but we forget our own hisab. We don't think in the day, have we done anything to please Allah? Have we done anything to displease Allah? If we have done something to displease Allah, then tomorrow should not be the same as the day before, the yesterday. And then the hadith carries on. وَيُحِبُّونَ النِّسَاءَ وَيَنْسُونَ الْحُورَ. That the men will love corrupt women and forget the hur of Jannah. They will love, and this is a big problem in our society, and I said this before as a nasiyat, that every father, when their son or daughter reaches the age of marriage, they should feel confident to speak to their son or daughter and say, are you ready for marriage? And if so, I am here, your mother and I are here to help you, to support you, because we have a big social crisis now in our community. You just have to speak to the students at the university. They will tell you what is happening to the youth, the Shia youth now. Both our sisters and our brothers. There is so much ignorance amongst the sisters who are studying at university, would you believe? And I have my reliable sources as well that tell me this. There are so many youth who are involved in relationships that they call temporary marriage. Those relationships are not under the conditions of temporary marriage. But the father doesn't know, the mother doesn't know. Why? Because there is no dialogue between the father. The father is somebody the child fears. Yes, the child should fear displeasing the father. But there should be a freedom in the communication that the father and the mother can speak to their son or daughter and say. And mashallah, I have 2 examples, and both of them are in Sheffield, where a father tells me that his son was able to come to his father and say, Dad, I've reached the age of 19, I want to get married. I don't want to do any haram at university. His father said, don't worry son, I know you don't have a job. You continue your studies. I shall support you, your mother shall support you. SubhanAllah, look at this. And then another where a young man at the age of 21 texted me and said, Maulana, can you mention in the majlis to give a hint to my father that I'm ready for marriage? And he also recorded it. So he said, after Muharram, after in Rabiul Awwal, I will play the recording, your recording in the majlis. So mashallah, there's so many of the youth who have shuhur. They understand that certain things are not correct. Having relationships left, right and centre is not the right way. But the right way is the father should be free to speak to that child and say, son, are you ready for marriage? If so, daughter, are you ready? If so, is there any way I can assist? يُحِبُّونَ النِّسَاءَ وَيَنْسُونَ الْبُورِ وَيُحِبُّونَ الْقُصُورِ وَيَنْسُونَ الْقَبُورِ. They will love buildings and forget their graves. Isn't that not the case? We love to construct big buildings, even buildings around the house of Allah. If you look at businesses or our own homes, we love to construct, but we forget what? وَيَنْسُونَ الْقَبُورِ. We forget our graves. And then وَيُحِبُّونَ النَّفْسِ وَيَنْسُونَ الرَّبِّ. He loves his soul, but he worships his desires, but he doesn't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if the prayer time is 12:15 and I'm feeling hungry, my desire says that I have to go to Raja's and buy chicken and chips. I'll go for the chicken and chips first. I'm worshipping Allah, or am I worshipping my nafs? I'm worshipping my nafs. يُحِبُّونَ النَّفْسِ وَيَنْسُونَ الرَّبِّ. And this is the admonition of the Prophet ﷺ, in which it's very serious, the words the Prophet says, بَرِيئُونَ مِنِّي وَأَنَا بَرِيءٌ مِّنْهُمْ. I dislike those people. So such people I dislike. So he says, I dislike and detach myself from those people who love this dunya. Could you imagine? And we want the shifa of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. And the Prophet says, I don't like those people. We are not saying that you shouldn't work. We're not saying that you shouldn't be grateful to the blessings of Allah by having a nice house and a car and wearing nice clothes and saying shukr for the blessings. But we shouldn't be amongst those people who worship the dunya. But we should worship Allah. We should never forget Allah. I hope this is nasiyah, it's for me and for all of us, that we should remember those 5 things that we love, and we ask Allah on this night, through the tawassul of Imam Zamana, that He gives us strength to love those 5 things that the hadith says we neglect. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله